Featuring faith, family, and entertainment here on the community station that gives you more. Time right now, please, about 1 o'clock, and it's time for our special interview with Dr. Lisa Glenn for City Council. I'd like to present to some, introduce to others. Dr. Glenn, welcome and good afternoon here at the Voice 17104. How you be on this day, man?
I am feeling so comfortable, relaxed, and inspired to be here. Thank you so much for having me on a Sunday here.
Our privilege, our pleasure. Again, it's long overdue, and we're so honored and delighted to see all the wonderful events that you've been at. Your face is all over the place here in the city of Harrisburg. And this is just a meet and greet for the city of Harrisburg and the residents here to get a little bit more familiar about you and your platform and your passion to see things turn right side up in the city of Harrisburg. For those that may not be familiar with Dr. Lisa Glenn, why don't you tell us a little bit about your humble beginnings and a little bit about some of your major accomplishments here in the beloved city of Harrisburg, ma'am, please and thank you.
Well, I'm Lisa Glenn, born January 1971, right here in the Harrisburg Hospital. When I was a young girl, I had an opportunity, just like the rest of us that lived softly and motherly throughout the county of Dauphin, and I started off in the teen pregnancy era. I then went on my own road of self-sufficiency.
Yes, ma'am.
And got my own place at a very young age of 16 years old.
Okay.
I went up, applied for a place, came up with a deposit, and took my children and began what you call serious motherhood, because I didn't really have the mother in the household that I required for more of a stable upbringing. I had more aunts and everything. I was a little defiant, so I would leave out of a stable household and go outside and just create issues. I was more of a self-sabotage, if I had to be transparent.
Yes, ma'am, understood, sure.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean,
yes,
sir?
Ma'am, please, go ahead.
The family that offered me an upbringing, they offered me everything that I needed. I saw something outside and wanted to be outside. Today, I've been elevated. I've been uplifted by the Most High, God, period. Because
sure.
I had some belief in people, and at one time I felt like, hey, the people have failed me.
My.
Sir, when you and I met, I was coming into what I was starting a ministry.
Yes, ma'am.
I was based in a ministry. I came and I said to you, hey, fellow friend of mine said I should do a ministry,
yes,
something
ma'am.
in regard to my mom, and I was holding on to some resentments. I said, well, why would I do anything that has to do with someone that didn't put my flowers in the ground and root me properly? So I had some mishaps growing up, and I didn't understand what road I was on, so I just covered every block. I bent every corner. I learned the dynamics of life. I was in prison. I stole. I begged, borrowed, and stole, to get through, and I considered it as pretty much survival, because some of the things that I had taken was all for necessities.
Yes,
it wasn't
ma'am.
because I had a desire. Had I been an actual good thief, I wouldn't have went to prison
yes,
for it.
Ma'am,
I got caught for the same thing many times. That pocketbook thief and all that mess.
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
I tried it. Then I thought I was elevating. I thought I was upgrading the hustle. I began the crack era right along with everybody that sold drugs. I watched my mom take head force in the addictive part, and I had said, I would never go that low. I thought which was lower, but I started being out in the street, adding to the community. At one point, I thought I was a queen pin, as you would call it.
Yes, ma'am.
I sat on kilos, as they would call it. Come on, God. You sat me in a position to be not a good leader, but even in the turmoil, I was always placed in the front line of situations.
Yes,
so,
yes.
To fast forward a little bit and take some of that, because I can get the glamorizing some of that lifestyle. I got to be careful.
Yes, ma'am, understood.
I got to be careful, sir,
yes,
because there's some comfort, still in that lifestyle.
Yes, ma'am.
For us people of color here.
Understood.
So when I took the leap and said, I'm going to go all the way with this ministry. I'm going to take one step at a time, and I'm going to figure it out. So I'm a dab a tear, because when I began the ministry, and John Watson said to me in Family Dollar,
yes, ma'am,
we're going to name it Rita Glenn's Ministry.
Okay.
So I said, okay, I know how to do it. Well, let me try it. So I went forward. I filed the papers. I went and I said to people, is this a nonprofit? Is this how you do it? Oh, you're going to have to learn how to do it. They wouldn't tell me. It was like gatekeeping.
My.
I remember coming to you and Miss Melissa. I said, ma'am, I think I got a studio standing. I'm going to have the commissioners come and give me a ribbon cutting.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to put some solidarity on some of this stuff that I have so much that I want to bring to a table.
Understood.
And when you want to bring something to a table and you already have your own table, it's kind of hard to pull up, as they call it. You know, because the rejection is there. Hey, we already have one, they told me, sir.
Sure.
I was told that the resources that I was working hard to get, that they had already had them. But when I did my research, it wasn't here. And I said, well, I don't know how you can have them when the city doesn't have them yet.
Yes, ma'am.
I dug into Maryland. And I said to someone in Maryland, I'm going to run for city council. I'm going to announce it on my birthday.
My mind.
Why would you do that? You were in prison. You don't have the qualifications. How are you going to be making decisions for a city when you were? And I said, no. I made the decision to be a teenage girl when I was able to be a girl.
Yes, ma'am.
And the moment that I realized that it was time for me to take my reins and become a woman, I turned around and I stood up. And I said, now, stand me up now, Most High. Because the man that I had was laying me down.
Understood.
On my back.
Yes,
wasn't standing me up 10 toes down on my feet where I needed to be. He was bringing me in a memory of what I was, which was promiscuous. But there was a promise in that one day. I said, maybe if I begin a ministry, maybe the Most High will reveal to the community who I really am.
Okay.
Who am I? Who are you, Lisa Glenn? I had shared with a woman one time. I said, hey, you remember the old $1,000 bill? They never came up with it. That was me that they stepped over. I was on the ground, and they kept unfolding it to see what it was. And somebody said, I think I found some value in this piece of paper. They said,
Oh my.
When they said you wasn't going to be anything, Lisa Glenn. You look and move just like your mom. You can't be. It's not possible. It's a sad face.
Yes,
how is it a sad situation when someone from me that has come from your trenches, you starved with me and I fed you. When I got my plate, I offered a meal. See, I reached my hand and asked for 100 baskets of food to feed the community during the COVID.
That's good.
And I wanted to fast forward because I go back sometime, and what I did in the past don't matter what I can do today.
Yes, ma'am.
What can I do today? I can stand by people like Mr. Lawson.
Okay.
People like Mr. Lawson, I can stand beside and give an idea, get a clear answer that either says, that sounds about right, and maybe we can build on it, because the brother is going to say, that's not realistic. That's not a realistic plan, but we can add some value to the thought of it and then increase it in value.
Understood.
And make it a platform. So I'm not going for mayor, so I don't have this big, large platform. I don't have any say in the comprehensive plan. My.
Oh, my.
Oh, my. Not me that doesn't have something to take and add to the comprehensive plan that laid on the desk, right where the money was laying at there. They said it was laying right there.
Sure.
I came and picked up a action plan, and I looked into this action plan, and I laid it beside the comprehensive plan, and I said, okay, the only way to put the action plan in action is to go back and look at the comprehensive plan, and where can you fit in that? Okay, City Council has every group except for public health.
Yes, ma'am.
Public health goes hand in hand with public safety. The public health sector goes hand in hand with the judges. It goes hand in hand with just about every seat that there is. Public health needs to be brought into the sector, as I plan on doing so, because not only for the incarcerated individuals, the children that are being raised by their grandparents, y'all can say what y'all want to say. In every household, somebody's grandmama has these children. A lot of times they don't have control over the children. All they have is a roof.
Yes, ma'am.
A secure address.
Sure.
Because they're not going to allow their grandchildren to be outside.
Mama.
So, in order to get the children, sometimes you got to get these grandparents. The grandparents are the ones right now that are the head of the households. the children, some of them that were our age, the generations, we're not here anymore. We checked out. Some of us are doing life sentences. You calling every week, checking on the kids. Your mom done put her house up for bail.
Sure.
The seniors are being isolated, left behind, being advantage taken of, because the only thing that the seniors know how to do is keep a household going. So they know how to keep a household going. They don't have a social life anymore.
Wow.
They're not being afforded the opportunity to have the family support because they're still being held accountable, even up as the Mayor Wanda 70.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone's holding Mayor Wanda accountable for things. Even at the age of 70, you haven't valued her as even a aging member of the city. Is this how we treat our aging individuals in the city? Lack of respect, discord. Instead of standing in her absence and saying, hey, Mayor Wanda isn't here this afternoon, such a tragedy, but we will stand on her behalf and in her absence.
Sure.
You know, when you stand up for someone in their absence, that doesn't mean, yeah, here she go. Where's the mayor? She's not here now. Or where's the rest of the city council? Because there was some city council, come on, that we didn't ever meet until now.
Sure.
You know, everybody's outside. And then I wanted to mention to you, sir, I said something to a young lady about, hey, I'm so excited. I used to work for Park and Recreations, even as an adult. Hey, I raised my hand, did the application.
Sure.
She finds out there's only 80 children to be serviced this year. Now, that was a decision Park and Recreations or City Council as a unit made that decision. The current City Council opted that 80 children was enough for service, and then sometimes you got a household with 4 individuals in it. It's just totally not fair.
Sure.
I just wanted to say there's so much that I believe I can bring to the table.
Sure.
With the proper support and the belief in the programs that I'm coming in with, not so much belief in me as a person, me in the structure, believe in the process that I've been through so that you guys could have something to lean on, something to stand on. Because when this election is over, and like every other election,
yes, ma'am,
all the promises that have been made, we're going to do this and we're going to build this up. Soon as they told them no to the vote, the program disappeared.
Wow.
Okay? No, I'm not at the party. I'm not there. But I am behind the scenes here. I'm reinventing the neighborhood center programs. I'm behind the scenes trying to get beside Mr. Les Ford. I contacted Mr. Les Ford. I stood in front of him and told him what I have to offer. And in his presence or absence, I assured him that I would be able to stand there and offer the dynamics that he offered way back when he used to pick up the seniors. He had his van and everything. I told him, hey, all we need is a location to drop a semi-truck full of food off. But I didn't want to insult Mr. Les as the historian that he is. I didn't want to come in the door with such a fresh idea that I could just knock Mr. Les down. You know, sir, you know how they do the, hey, I got a brand new program. I'm the new director. No, although that the Most High have given me the knowledge and the ability to seek knowledge and be like you, sir. Or like the young lady that's running the neighborhood center that's reaching her hand out. I have a full program. But all I have is naysayers and finger pointers that won't go and help stand the program up. Okay, I stood the program up. Okay? I kept every one of my business out of this election. Yes, I did. I know that when you're running for a city office, county or federal, you cannot bring your business in on the table. You cannot be saying and bringing in your nonprofit. You can't be using your resources to benefit your campaign. Excuse me. I know this, but do I have a brand new 501c, sir? I do. I just got it. Because you know it takes structure. It took me to have the Rita Glenn's ministry for 2 years. To upgrade to the church another 2 years.
Sure.
For January, me to be given the opportunity to have my hands on the resources. Yes, my second chance was given to me. Now, can a grant build the city up? Everybody else's 501c that's being mishandled is not building up the city. So if I'm standing here saying, guess what, Mayor Wanda, I'm willing to work with you. I have a piece of paper that can be submitted, presented, and given opportunities for the city. That does not include a hamburger or a hot dog.
Sure.
Now, Mr. James Louse, sir, he said to me when I first began, You lead with your head, ma'am, not your tail.
Yes, ma'am.
So now he's saying it, and I hear him saying it. Lisa Glenn, you lead with your head, not your tail. Every year I call James Lyles. Oh, I need school supplies. Oh, I got to have candy for Halloween. Oh, Mr. Lyles, I need us. And he lays me out in his own little quiet way, but he'll drop me off one box and say, Lisa Glenn, go get your stuff. And I said, where's my team at, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Where's the board I'm supposed to have?
My mind.
Busy knocking me down. Instead of pulling your chair up to my table and I'm saying, sit at the table, I done created us a table of sustainability. Safety and sustainability. A community enrichment environment. The healthy homes. How? I already applied ahead of my own self with HUD.
Wow.
HUD already said, you approved, sis, but you got to wait 2 more years. So, I made a 2-year plan. If I become city council today, no, in the next couple of days, I'm going to allow Mr. Lawson and his lady to stand me up. You know why?
Wow.
They actually believe in me. Right here.
Sure.
This man right here. When I stepped into the only forum that I stepped in, that man said to me, Dr. Lisa. And I said, no, now. Don't be calling me Dr. Lisa all in front of these folks in here. Let me be untitled, sir. He said, oh, no. Now, wait a minute. I witnessed your strength, and you already earned your stripes. So now I get up there with my chest out. Hey, I'm Dr. Glenn. How y'all doing? Remember, I had the tenacity to be the first one on the ballot. I was so excited about serving you and so excited about my stuff that I had got 115 signatures, right? I called 4 or 5 people I could trust and said, now what, y'all? I got the 100 signatures. They said, well, don't go bare minimum now. I said, nope. We're going to turn in the 100 signatures because February 28th is the last day for Black History Month.
Okay.
And, sir, if you coming from the rock bottom that I came from, let me tell you, being first on that ballot, I already hit the jackpot.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on now.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
For them to accept me on the ballot first.
Sure.
And you think I don't mind coming in last?
My.
Guess what? You better make your vote count. Because if a hustling woman is telling you, I know how to make a decision sitting beside the other shakers and movers, honey.
Sure.
Now, you let me shake and let me move then. That part. Make your vote count. Don't put all your chips in one basket. And don't put all your reliance on me. Because again, I can only be a chance for a change. I am not the whole entire change for anything.
Yes, ma'am.
I am not the only voice for the voiceless. I am not the only one that can speak for the silent. But through the blessings of the Most High God, on the other hand, the other thing that the Most High anointed me to be, they said, oh, Dr. Lisa. I said, nope. Guess what? There's Minister Lisa, too. Because you know why? Because a hustling queen like me that worked for the devil, the shayateen, I asked the Most High, can you stand me up? It got to be something more out there for me than the concrete. Come on now. I'm tired of going to the concrete streets for everything that I need. When I'm knocking on the door of the city and saying, guess what? I see your trajectory. I done been outside. I know how to turn your city around. Come and let me in the door.
Wow.
Let Lisa Glenn in the door. And I want to end this and say, because I was offered the opportunity to be here, and I wanted you guys to go ahead and call in and just say what you need to say. Say it. Ask it. You got them couple minutes with me. You know I'm not for everybody. Step in the ring with me. You tell me what you can take from me because the city hasn't stopped and handed me an inheritance after all that I lost here. Honey, where is my inheritance?
Wow.
I am the inheritance when it comes to me and mine. So I don't need nobody to tell me when and how to create an inheritance for me and mine. Because it's already been written. It's already been written. You guys always go and run to the Bible and go to your knees when you think you're going to lose and you're going to. Every time I'm winning, I go and I thank the Lord. If I'm losing, I go and say, thank you for the loss that I took. Thank you, Lord. I don't question no loses.
Sure.
So there's nothing about this race that I'm sitting waiting on no type of victory. I got the victory whether I get the vote or not today. But I'm telling you to put your chips in the basket. And if you know anything about me, you know I know how to build. If I can't do nothing else, I know how to build. And I have some tools that I can add to the city. Continuous growth.
My. Excellent. I know we talked about it offline, but for those that may be looking for you on election day, under a number, why don't you answer that question for the voters of Harrisburg? What number are you on the ballot, ma'am?
When it comes down to what number Lisa Glenn is on the ballot, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it with confidence. I carried OM 0561 for 7 solid years. I will not answer to a number. My name is spelled correctly on the ballot, and I'm going to ask you to address me as such. You don't have to address me as doctor. You don't have to put minister. You don't have to put nothing in front of my name. Don't put no number upon me, please and thank you.
Now, that's good. Now, as far as help on Election Day, seeing Election Day, I believe, is on Tuesday, correct?
Yes, it is.
Now, do you need help at the polls, or do you got all the help that you need presently?
I don't have and haven't had absolutely zero help since I've been going through this candidacy. Everybody that supports me in private. I made it that way. So the people that will be in my honor, they'll just be there.
Yes, ma'am.
Unfortunately, for some of you, I haven't given an opportunity for you to have a piece of literature with my name on it to disrespect me or anything, because I haven't built my confidence up in the people yet enough to give you a brochure or a flyer for you to lay it down or leave it laying on the table. I witnessed it myself. I've witnessed destruction and during this time, and I feel as though I would be a target if I had paperwork. No one's going to draw a mustache on me. I don't think so. Nobody is going to ridicule me any further. So if you're going to vote for me, you vote for me. If you're going to do business with me, contact me after the 20th. Either you'll be contacting the city councilwoman or you'll just be contacting Lisa Glenn, which is the Pennsylvania capital city queen, no matter how you put it. Period.
Now, with that being said, now as a resident whose life has been impacted by the senseless violence in the community, what are your ideas about trying to minimize the unnecessary youth violence and the violence going on in the city of Harrisburg, ma'am? Please and thank you.
I would like to offer an opportunity within my programming, not only that there are certificate type of training, something for the children to look forward to. I was going to stick my hand out and just say, hey, let's create the youth city council. Give them a responsibility. Bring in the summer program that I intend to go down to down to the neighborhood center. My 6 in Kelker has been available, just offering a venue for the children to say, listen, if you're the door, we need you, because sometimes the doer needs to know that they're useful.
Wow.
So you have to let the children know that you are useful.
Yes, ma'am.
There's something value about your ability to be such a strong individual that you can carry out such tasks like this. We're not glamorizing it, but what we're doing is we're letting them know, hey, listen, we can turn your life around. All you got to do is let us give you some responsibility.
Wow.
Give the kids some responsibility. Bring the back in the day city council for the kids. Start appointing them with some responsibility. You know, start saying, hey, with these summer jobs for park and recreation, now that the city council decided that 80 was enough, it's not, because the children still need a job. Give them something else to do for park and recreations. Give them some inspiration to say, hey, listen, we're looking for public safety for the teens. And then it looks like you got teens patrolling your neighborhood. You know, get the young bulls involved. Tell them, hey, listen, we need you to watch this block. I mean, listen, stuff like that there. We used to do it when we were kids.
Yes, ma'am. Excellent. Now, before I go into my next question, again, if you are viewing, again, this interview, this conversation with Dr. Lisa Glenn for City Council, again, you want to call in to share your experiences or your support of her, or if you have any questions for her, please feel free. Again, our phone lines are open at 717-889-7181. Again, 717-889-7181. 7181. Again, one more time, 717-889-7181. As we wait for a call or two here, you know, the homeless situation in the city of Harrisburg, again, it's off the chain. Any ideas or any thoughts or input on how to bring closure and an end to some of this homelessness in the city of Harrisburg as well, ma'am?
Now, what I've noticed about the homeless individuals, and this is from myself and actually going around the homeless people. I used to initiate meals and like different ideas for the homeless. I noticed that a lot of homeless people are making a decision. Okay, how do you put this? They're making a conscious decision to be homeless.
Yes, ma'am.
You go down and you say, hey, what can I do right now today? A young lady. And I say to her, listen, I know a place that can get your resources cut back on. We can just take you to see the doctor. The first step is the doctor's office, even if it's the emergency room. See, my plan is to go pick everybody up, get them their mental health checked out, their physical health, get their checks and things cut back on, get their identity back reestablished, start giving them a sense of self again, and maybe their decision to be homed again, because right now they're unhoused. They're unhoused probably for, a lot of people say, I'd rather be unhoused than live in a house full of turmoil, abuse, lacks thereof, the unsupported households, the situations that go on in homes, even with children walking around, the new stepdad, the new stepmom. You don't never know what's going on in the household that make these people choose to be unhoused.
Sure, yes, ma'am. Excellent. Now, I know there's been a lot of talks with a lot of the candidates how to generate further income for the city of Harrisburg, and I've heard some wonderful ideas. But do you have any ideas in particular that you don't mind sharing, that if you're elected in city council, how the city can generate some much needed income and resource?
Well, I would say that when it comes down to everyone that's opening a business, I would be suggestive as a city council to make an idea, put a vision in everyone's business mind. Hey, the working papers, make your business available to the city that covers the working papers. The kids looking forward to Hershey Park. They're looking forward to McDonald's, Wendy's, not taken from multi-million-dollar companies, but I'm talking about myself, for instance. I'm looking to open an agency. If you're able to get your working papers, why not start building little miniature doctors and little CNAs while they're young? So I would be suggestive and say, hey, we're sitting on the panel of city council. We're offering business structure for the children. The IRS is already making it possible for you to build your child up an actual legal business, yes, even if yourself doesn't want one. As long as you are the umbrella for your child, you can start a business with your children. It's just that simple. So I would say, make your business available to the city so that the children know that they can apply with you. You find out a lot of children say, well, we're all going, like I said, to Hershey Park or these fast food. Do they know there's other businesses that they can be a part of?
Yes, ma'am. Understood. Again, for those just tuning in or watching, not sure what you're watching, you are watching Dr. Lisa Glenn for City Council in Harrisburg. Again, election is this coming Tuesday. Which is the 20th, I believe. And again, all roads lead to the polls. So again, we're here with Lisa Glenn. Again, if you want to call in your words of encouragement, support, or your questions before we enter our interview here in the next 10-15 minutes, feel free, give us a call, 717-889-7181. Again, 717-889-7181. Now, what about unlicensed guns in the city of Harrisburg and the guns that are flooding the streets of Harrisburg? Any ideas or solutions about guns that are unregistered and unlicensed in the city of Harrisburg?
Yes. Number one, I believe just the United States in general making social media and internet so accessible. And I am a firm believer in the hard copy. I believe that instead of it being available online, there's some stuff you guys need to go back and be able to apply in person. Like, for instance, applying for a gun license. You can go online and do that. You can go online and apply for just about anything requiring ammunition. And then you have, like I said, some elders that's in the household that advantage is being taken of. You know, imagine your grandma, you in her home, right? Not us. level-minded. Young body, grandmom's accessible, her things are there, and they just start learning the internet. You'd be surprised what my grandchildren at 6 and 7 know how to pull up and what they know how to create these days. The accessibility to the guns is made available online, just like your whole life. Everybody can live this big life right on the internet. I think they should go back to paper applications,
yes, ma'am. That's
hard copy ID,
sure,
that kind of stuff.
Now, what about the senior population? Any ideas how we can better care for them and provide, things for them to do positive and constructive in the Harrisburg area?
Yes, like myself, since we're talking about me, I love the opportunity to have a chance to talk on some of the things that I'm coming with. When it comes down to the seniors, I've created a platform of field trips that are very affordable, art therapy program, activities involving groups and things that are actually result-based for the seniors to come together, picking them up, taking them where they got to go, making them feel independent, although they might be depending upon you, but creating avenues that make them feel like they are involved, like they're in control. Sometimes you have to give the seniors back the lead as they once had. So my idea of sustainability and safety and a healthier lifestyle for the seniors include hands-on visitations.
Yes, ma'am.
Hands-on checkers, hands-on games, not always so, we on FaceTime and grandma. It meant the world to me to have my grandchildren come and paint a lighthouse. There's now I got 5 lighthouses sitting on my windowsill. Like those things that you have to do with the seniors to empower them again.
Yes,
give them a sense of self. Let them know that, hey, you're isolating. You're not just home alone. I'm knocking on your window. Open the blinds when you walk in to see your grandparents. Just because they tell you they don't like the sun, it doesn't mean you go and say, okay, and then you sit in darkness with them. You bring an extended invitation to the seniors. You let them know it's okay to open the window.
Yes, ma'am.
It's okay to sit back out on your porch. Those things. So we're going to encourage these seniors. We're showing back up at their houses. We're not being intrusive. We're encouraging them, hey, it's because of you that we have this today.
Yes, ma'am.
The senior center. Everybody was there worrying about this couple dollars for Mr. Les. Has anyone went and done a simple fundraiser to just say, here, Mr. Les, here's a few dollars. Now, I was a little aggressive, and Mr. Les is very stern. So when I got there in front of Mr. Les, he wasn't sure about me because he know I used to be a taker.
Yes,
he didn't know if I was coming to take over. Oh, Lord. But that is because that is the ideas that we put on our seniors, that they cannot trust us anymore. The help is here, and they thought I was there to take. No, I'm here to help. I'm here to fill your refrigerators back up. I'm here to stand your food bank up. Can I put my semi truck full of food right here and now? Can I get your gas stove with that red tag off of it, sir? Like, I want to help you rebuild the center. I wasn't there, but now if you're moving out of there, just know that here I come.
Yes, ma'am. That's good. My next question isn't my own personal question, but it is a question that I've seen posted on several political podcasts that we've done in the past few weeks. And I'm going to ask the question in 2 ways, but the first way I'm going to ask it is the way I've seen it posed on social media. What is your plan for Black and Brown Harrisburg?
Well, for the Black and Brown Harrisburg, I plan on trying to, what you call, put us first. Now, what I mean by put us first is in the direction that I'm taking my business. I can be somewhere else because there is another state or a city that is a little bit more receiving, that can reciprocate the care and what I have to offer here. So the only thing that I could say would be refresh everything that we once had. You know what? I need you to do me a favor.
Sure.
And ask me again. I saw someone that I didn't see. Hi, Leslie.
Sure. Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
You mean ask the question again?
Ask me again.
Sure. No worries. No worries. We're talking about what are your plans for Black and Brown Harrisburg?
My plans for the Black and Brown, like I said, was to keep us first. For so many times, we're put last on the list, even with the COVID vaccine. Everybody was being treated, and then we fell in this bracket of brown and black, and we always are being categorized as the last to go. But when it's the first thing you do, when it's punishment, we the first to go. But we the last to be released out of the prison. We the first to go into the rehab. We the last to finish. We can never be put in line in front of. So if we was to put our black and brownness, our cultural ways, our way of thinking, our artistic values, the way that we do things, we are the ones that on slavery, we kept everybody together. We kept our, what you called, persons that owned us, not us. We were fortunate not to be in slavery, but if we were, you got to imagine, we kept their stuff going. It was us. The people of color, we kept it going. So if you took back your values that was given and offered to you in the Declaration of Independence and then our Declaration of Human Rights, and you turn around and you put those things together, it is the people of color that reevaluate everything and say, hold on now, when they gave us our freedom, does that mean we get to take our recipes back? Oh, yes. Wow, we get to take the way that we did the concrete and made the dirt road back into concrete. Those were our construction companies. We weren't even construction yet. We were like the three little pigs at the time for the Caucasians, building out of whatever lumber that we were given. Now we are the contractors. We are the ones, the connection. We are the valued bricklayers, the way makers. We are the ones, the black and the brown people have always been the ones. And what happens is when they let us be the ones, we didn't take that with us. The only thing that we took was Oz free. Oz free. Same way when they released me from prison. Oz out the door now. What I'm going to do now? They done let me out. Oh, I'm free. Oh, took me a minute because I went on back. It was a revolving door for a minute there. I wasn't sure. I had another run in me. So when it came down to the black and the brown people, we created the actual way things are.
Yes, ma'am.
It's that simple. Can we take our seats back? Like, move out the way. This is my seat. Half the properties around here are public properties. They're actually ours. So people laugh all the time because I'm always claiming land. No, I'd rather the people come and put me out of the land before I stand up there and act like my foot is too scary to step on it. I steps on people's lands and goes up in their houses too. I'm removing blight. Hey, it is what it is.
Oh my, oh my. Excellent and well said on that point. Again, for our listeners and those that may be watching, again, we're having a conversation with Lisa Glenn for City Council. Again, if you have questions or you want to call in with your words of support or experience with Lisa Glenn, please feel free to give us a call, 717-889-7181. Any special shots out, people that have been very valuable in this very historic walk for you, applying for City Council, anyone you want to give a shout out to that has been very helpful in this arm of your platform, ma'am?
Well, other than the fact that when I ran the decision to run past my children, right? I said to my oldest daughter and my youngest daughter, little Nye, and I said something to Jake, as y'all know, Yusef is Jake. I said to the kids, I said, I'm going to run for City Council. I don't really know what that means right now, but I'm going to stick my leg out and I'm going to try it. So once I got that okay, I started listening for political people.
Yes, ma'am.
I made a phone call to Mr. Jerry Williams about an art project that I had, which is the Honorable R.D. Williams' husband, Mr. Jerry. Mr. Jerry believed in my program and said, you give me a call when you're ready. So I gave a little bit of a call, and when the call back came through, it was Mayor Wanda. She said, good afternoon. You contacted my husband in regard to a program you had to offer, and I said, yes, ma'am. And we talked about it for a moment, and I said to Miss Wanda, Miss Wanda, I believe I'm going to run for City Council. She said, oh, really? And she didn't say, well, jump on my bandwagon. Be a part of what I got going on. Do this for me. Be this for me. She said to me, you do what you got to do for you. She said, you take the shot, you go for it, you take your time, and you be very strong with your temperament, and you have confidence, and you have the poise that you need to enter in the room. And if and when you win, you stand boldly and firm for your city. So in spite of her own situation,
yes, ma'am,
Mayor R.D. Williams is the reason why I'm running.
Wow.
Because when I lacked confidence, she said, don't you worry about me, I'm a big girl. She said, you, go for yours. Don't you forget who you are. Don't forget you're original from here. And with that original statement, I went on ahead and went to the Bureau of Elections,
yes,
told him who I was, and I allowed him to guide me. And from my colleagues that are already standing officials, that's what's making me want to run and do it wholeheartedly and with the best of my own abilities, howsoever anyone views it.
Understood. And we got about maybe 5-10 more minutes in
No
our conversation this afternoon. Again, it has been refreshing just to hear some of your ideas and to get more familiar with you and the reason why you're so passionate about the city of Harrisburg. So before we conclude, how willing are you to work with if Mayor Williams is reelected, or if one of the other candidates that are running for the position of mayor of the city of Harrisburg? How willing are you to work with that current mayor, the rest of the members of city council and school board, and the other politicians that are trying to move Harrisburg in a positive direction, ma'am?
I am willing to work with anybody that is an elected official, because there's always a growth mindset from other people that are in office. And what happens is my growth mindset, inclusive to theirs, could bring quite the relationship and the rapport. But if I have the opportunity to work with anybody, of course I would want it to be Miss Wanda, because I think that I could add to the city council with the civility part. I mentioned this in one of my platforms, that less personality and more civility, meaning that anything personal that went on with Mayor Wanda and with the city council that make them believe that they cannot get along, but they can make decisions, and the decisions are based on politics, and some of it is getting personal, and you can't seem to get along. I would like to see an opportunity for everybody to work single-handedly at the root and core of the very moment that the discord happened.
Yes, ma'am.
So then someone new like myself and some other candidates that may come in the door, we don't feel obligated to jump in on that. Well, we don't deal with Mayor Wanda, and if you're going to be a part of this here, we're going to have an issue if from the other members, if I were elected. And I'm going to say this: if there's anyone on the current city council that is leading anyone in the direction of disrespecting Miss Wanda, or on the lines of just blatantly being rude and nasty to Miss Wanda, it looks like a personal thing, then now we're changing the sport. But if you're going to keep it political, I'm willing to work with any and everybody. Yes, I am.
Fantastic. Well said. Again, our special guest in studio has been Lisa Glenn for City Council. Again, she chose not to have a number associated with her name, but the correct spelling of your name for those that want to write your name in, Lisa, just so they make sure they write your name correctly so it is accounted for.
Yes, that would be Lisa, Lisa Glenn, Glenn. You'll have Aja Green, Lisa Glenn. Know the difference. Glenn, Glenn, on the ballot.
So again, we applaud your tenacity, we applaud your resilience, and your courage. It takes a lot of courage and inner strength to step out in the deep. You are actually launched out into the deep, and we applaud you for your courage to do so. So in closing, why don't you make your final plea to the Harrisburg and surrounding areas, again, why one of those seats should have Lisa Glenn's name on it?
One of those seats should have Lisa Glenn's name on it, because I am the vine. I'm the vessel. I'm the extended invitation. I'm the resource to the resource. So when you come and have your complaint, and you're looking for a resolution or whatever your ideas are, you'll see Lisa Glenn sitting up there. You'll say, you know what? I know I'm going to get some answers from Lisa. Lisa is concerned, is me. I know this already. Lisa has already selflessly put her city first. So Lisa is going to be a result-based resource, a connection, a business build, a communication, an economic development, and a engagement for the adults, the children that they service, the seniors as a whole, anybody through a lifespan. That's what Department of Human Service has taught me and trained me to do under their standards. So welcome me into the table, and that way I can assist you. I'm at 54, so I'm at a balance of age. I have some experience that you people may not, meaning I can recognize the BS when they come in and start saying what they want and don't have nothing to offer. Sometimes you have to know how to let a person know the difference between what they're bringing to the city, what they're bringing to the county, who they need to refer to, whether it be public safety, public works, whether it be economic development, whether it be a question about the budget, whether you need to speak to the President Bowers about something. You need to know about the development and everything in the community. These things, I'm here to help redirect your answers so that you know who to call. Some of you guys don't even know who to call for a bulk cleanup.
Wow.
I'm just keeping it 100 with you.
Yes,
You don't know who to call about your tickets. Like certain little things, allow me to just be a resource to the resource. Thank you.
That's what's up. Again, you can say you heard it right here from Lisa Glenn, again, candidate for City Council. Again, we applaud you, ma'am. Thank you for taking time out your busy schedule to join us here in the studios of The Voice 17104. And again, know that our doors swing on hinges of welcome and love and support for you and what you're about, helping to forward and to stabilize the city of Harrisburg. So thank you so very much. Anything you want to share before we get ready to conclude, ma'am?
Just know that when May the 20th happens, whether you have a city councilwoman or not, you guys have a brand new resource. I know some of you are looking for contracts and anything. If you haven't gotten your LLC just yet, you need me to help build you up. Let me help structure your business and get you on your feet. If you need me to take contracts and put you under my umbrella, let me know. I can get you started. We coming from a common ground. So just understand that. Coming from where I'm coming from, you'll have someone on City Council to look forward to.
And again, you've been listening to Lisa Glenn for City Council right here on the Voice17104.com. Again, feel free, reach out to us. Again, if you want to host your own podcast. Again, if you have a business service that you want to introduce and share with Harrisburg and the world abroad, feel free, reach out to us. Again, our doors and phone lines swing on hinges of welcome and love. Again, best wishes, Sister Lisa. We look forward to hearing nothing but good reports from you and your platform in candidacy and life. God bless you and have a great day, sis.
Thank you. You too.
Peace be
Bye,
unto you.
everybody.
Great job, Miss Lisa.
Thank you. Did we have any
Just
viewers?
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I still talking?
Oh, all's well.
Okay.
That's what I said.